Hi YouTube, Linnell back here again, CEO of Lex Leads, where we generate high quality leads through Google Ads. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to set up Google Ads for your concrete coating business, whether you do epoxy, concrete polishing, concrete finishing, any concrete coating jobs. This guide will be for you so you can know how to create high quality leads to produce high quality customers. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. First thing you're gonna want to do is gonna go ahead and make a new campaign. Okay, this is gonna ask for your campaign objective. Now you can either choose leads or website traffic. In my opinion, they work both just as well. For the conversion goals, you can choose phone calls and contacts, or you can leave it blank. Again, this is not too important here. You're going to be editing your conversion as the ad goes on as well. Okay, now you're going to go ahead and select a campaign type. What you're going to want to do is go ahead and do search. Search campaign produces you the highest quality leads. And if you don't know what search campaigns are, they're essentially the Google ads that look like regular websites. It just says sponsored in the top left hand corner, and they're above the map pack usually. Sometimes they'll be below, sometimes they'll be below some organic listings as well. But they're the ones that look like websites. So, and they produce you the highest quality customers because those are the customers that are looking for your service near them, essentially. And if you want to know about the other campaigns, just go ahead and look at my first concrete video. I went more in depth of how these other campaigns work. But what you're going to want to do for this is go ahead and click search. Okay. Right here, you can either just put your website here and your phone number. Not too important. But other than that, go ahead and click continue. It's going to ask for your campaign name. For your campaign name, you can just name it your company name and the city that you're working in. Okay, and then click continue. Go ahead and click start new. All right, so now it's just going to ask you what you want to focus on. Now for this, you can either choose conversions or clicks. What I like to do and a lot of other marketers like to do is we like to go for clicks in the beginning because the campaign doesn't have enough data to know what a conversion is. Now, keep in mind, you're going to be editing the campaign. You're going to be looking at the campaign and seeing what conversions are as the campaign ages. So, like I said, you could still go for conversions as long as you're just keeping track of your ad spend. Because what may happen if you go for conversions early is Google doesn't know what a conversion is for you yet. So it's probably going to spend a lot of money to try to get what a conversion is to you. So your budget may be in jeopardy if you do that. But in the beginning, we can just go for clicks. That way, Google knows Google's just looking for clicks. Thus, we can focus on optimizing those clicks and making sure they're the right clicks to actually get us conversions. So what you want to do is go ahead and go for clicks. Now, if you're tight on your budget and you want to set a maximum cost per click budget, that's this box right here. You can do that. Just make sure you use a keyword tool. I prefer Google Keywords because it's straight from Google themselves. And I like to put it a couple cents to $1 maybe higher than the top bid that says for your keyword in Google Keyword Planner. If you guys need a more in-depth video about keywords and how to find your max cost per click and how to get all that information, leave a comment below and I'll be gladly to go over it. But if you want to let Google kind of take the wheel here, that's fine too. That way you'll know exactly what your cost per click is, and then you can lower it or you can lower it if it's too high for you. So again, that's a choice there. You can either put a cost per click if you want to protect your budget, and if you do not, go ahead and leave that blank. Okay. Then for here, you're just going to want to go ahead and click next. Don't worry about that other thing right there. You don't have to worry about it right now. I'm going to refresh my page here. Okay, so now it's going to ask for the campaign settings, and here what you're going to do for networks. So you're going to want to go ahead and uncheck both of these boxes. Reason being is because the clicks that you get from both of these networks are not going to be as high quality, which is not going to produce you the type of clients you want. It's just going to spend your money on clicks that can be useless. Now, can you get leads from this? Of course you can, but are they going to be quality leads? Most likely not. And are there going to be plenty of leads that you get from here? Most likely not. So you're probably going to waste your budget on clicks that you just don't need. So go ahead and uncheck those. Plus, we want to go after the most highest customers and save our money. So we just want to go after Google. Okay. Now for the location options, go ahead and check this this click down here, and then make sure you do people in or regularly in your included locations. The reason you want to do this is because you don't want to have business that's outside of your work zone, or you don't want to have marketers or other business clicking on your ad. Some marketers like to do that. I think it's very taboo, but they do like to do it and look at people's landing page and steal ideas and stuff like that. So you just want to make sure that your ad is only showing to people who are actually in your city, and they're close by your work area. So you're not getting leads that are far out. You're getting customers that are near you. And yeah, you just wanted to make sure that your clients are close by where you're wanting to do business. Okay. Now, for the locations, it's automatically going to have you on all countries and territories. A lot of people miss this. Just make sure that you enter the city or the zip code or the neighborhood that you want to market in. And that's really important, because if you don't, Google will show your ad everywhere. And I mean everywhere. And you will get clicks very fast. But you're gonna be getting calls from England. So just make sure that you put in your location of the city that you want to go in, right? Okay. What you're gonna want to do, and Google hides this for a certain reason, but go ahead and scroll down and go to more settings, and then make sure your ad schedule is during a schedule that you're actually working or you actually have someone on the phone. Okay, if you do it Monday through Friday, go ahead and do it Monday through Friday. If you do it 40 hours a week, make sure you do it for 40 hours a week. Automatically, it'll have you running ads all day, which means that you may get clicks at midnight and you may get phone calls at midnight when you're not working. And obviously, you're just wasting money. You're also potentially losing a customer. So you want to make sure that your ad schedule is fitting your schedule. Okay, and everything else is fine. You don't need to touch that. Okay, all of this, you can skip this. You can use it if you want to. I prefer to work on what's working, so I don't even bother. Okay, now ad group. Now, guys, if you really want to run down on ad groups, I'm gonna make a video just on ads that you guys can always refer back to, because I really just want to be able to give you guys a step-by-step in this video on how to create ads. This channel is going to be full of great information for Google Ads, so I'm going to keep going, deep into this. But to kind of just explain ad groups in a really quick fashion, ad groups are basically, think of it like a room in an apartment building. So we're making a campaign. That's the entire thing is called a campaign, and what I like to call that is basically an apartment. Okay, like an apartment building. Now, an ad group is a room inside that apartment building, or a home, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so it's just the apartment home room inside the apartment building, right? So you can have multiple ad groups per campaign. Okay, and what I like to do is every ad group, what you want to do is put every ad group have its own service. So if you do epoxy, make sure this ad group is only about epoxy and only has epoxy keywords in it. Epoxy near me, epoxy company, epoxy contractor. You only want it to have epoxy projects in this ad group. Okay, if you're doing polishing, concrete polishing, then you want to only have polishing as one ad group. Okay, the reason you want to do that is because, one, it provides Google with I can't think of the word. Everything looks uniform to Google. That's the best way I can explain it. I know there's a different word for it, but I just can't think of it right now. So Google will just automatically ding your ad a lot more higher quality versus your competitors, because a lot of competitors, they'll put all of their services in one ad group. Now, can you do that? Yes. But we want to get as much benefit from Google as possible and make it easier for the buyer as well. We have to think from a client's point of view. If they click on an ad group that says epoxy, and then they go to your landing page that's connected to this ad group, you don't want that landing page to be talking about an entirely different service. You want it to be all uniform, flow, easy. They click on an Epoxy ad group, goes right to an Epoxy landing page. They call you for Epoxy work. Simple. Right? You don't want the customer getting distracted. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. Each ad group is its own service. Okay, so moving on to the keywords. Now there's 3 different types of keywords. There is phrase match with quotations around it. There is exact match with brackets around it. And then there's broad match with nothing around it. So to kind of explain the difference between those 3, and it explains it right here, I believe, too. It used to. Maybe you click on this. Anyways, the way to explain it, so for phrase match, where it has the quotations, like let's do Epoxy company, okay? It's a phrase match keyword. That means that anything with that phrase in it, any search term, any keyword with that phrase in it, your ad will show up for it. So if someone searches up Epoxy company near me, your ad will show up for it. If they search up Epoxy company residential, I don't know, something that has Epoxy company in it, your ad will show up for it. Okay, and that's phrase match because it matches the phrase. Now this is exact match. So what exact match means, I'm sure you can guess it by now, it just means that your ad will only show up for that keyword and that keyword only. Not Epoxy company near me, not residential Epoxy company, not Epoxy company near, I don't know, nothing else. It'll only come up for Epoxy company because it is an exact match. Okay, and what you're going to want to do for a local service-based business, what I really recommend is only going after exact match and phrase match. The reason you don't want to go after the third one, which is broad match, and to give you a quick rundown on broad match is basically anything remotely related to that keyword, your ad can possibly show up for it. So say if I just put Epoxy broad match, that means anything related to epoxy, your ad will show up for it. And you don't want that because you'll get lower quality clicks. People who aren't looking for your service, they're just clicking on your ad just because it was there. So that's why you don't want to use broad match. Broad match is it's in the name. It's broad. It's anything related, epoxy photos, epoxy driveway, you know, like stuff like that. It'll come up for that aren't really buyer intent. And what you want to do is the keywords you put in here, you want to make sure that they do show buyer intent. Epoxy company, epoxy installer, and epoxy contractor near me. Keywords like that show buyer intent, that show the customers actively looking for your service. Those are the keywords that you want to put in here. And what I like to do, a little trick, is I like to use Keyword Planner, go over Discover New Keywords, put in my city here, wherever I want to go. And then I like to just put whatever my service is. And then I just like to see what the most search volume is. Epoxy flooring, right? And I like to take that keyword and put it in here. And what I like to do is the more search volume I see here, then I usually like to put an exact match. But what I like to do is mix it between phrase match and exact match. And even the keywords that you don't see in this planner, put them in there as well, because these planners aren't 100% accurate. Just want to let you know. But that's what you should do when it comes to keywords, is phrase match and exact match. Usually the longer tail the keyword is, the more exact I like to go. The more broader the keyword is, the more phrase I like to go. If I can see that keyword being in a lot of sentences, then I'll go ahead and put that keyword as phrase match. Okay. Now the ads. This is the ad copy. Now the ad group was the rooms or the homes inside the apartment building, the campaign. The ads are the rooms inside the rooms of the apartment building. So that means the bathroom, the kitchen, the living room, the bedroom, all of these rooms, That's what the ad is. So you can make multiple ads per ad group, just like you can make multiple ad groups per campaign. That's the exact way it works. I think you can make 3 per ad group. So just keep that in mind. So what it's going to do, remember when I said is you want the ad group to match the final URL, otherwise known as the landing page. So for each ad group that you do, make sure that your landing page matches that ad group. Okay. And then for the display path, you can go ahead and put whatever your service is. It's not super important here. If you need ideas on a display path, ChatGPT is perfect for those. Okay, then for phone number, obviously link your phone number here. Go ahead and click that. If you need to add a new phone number, go ahead and put new call, and then put your business number here. Click save, and then it should pop up there. Okay, for headlines, now, for headlines, there's 3 required. And what I like to do for the first one is I like to put who we are, what we are, how good we are at that job. Number 1, epoxy company, award-winning epoxy company, best epoxy company. That's what I like to do for the first line, the headline. And then for the second headline, I like to do a incentive on why you should click our ad. The reason you want to do an incentive is because you're competing against other people who are running ads. And if you look at their ad, 9 times out of 10, they're running some sort of incentive. 20% off epoxy floors, 30% off. Whatever you can afford, put that into the headline there. Also, what you could do as well, free anything, right? Free estimate, same day estimate, something to get them to want to click on your ad versus your competitors, okay? Then for the third one, I like to put an authority or another incentive. Now, this is up to you, but for authority, you could put 10 years in business, 30 years in business, however long you've been working in business, how many floors have you installed, how many jobs have you done, something of stature, something of that shows authority in your niche, okay? And then what other what other Google Ads specialists will say is, you can fill up all 15 of these. Now, the more you fill up, the more this circle is going to go up and the more Google's going to see you as good in their eyes. But just beware that if you fill up all of these, some days you may get a lot of clicks, some days you may not get a lot of clicks. It's because Google is shuffling between all these headlines. And remember, these headlines is what get people to click. These are the ad copy. This is what gets people to click. This is the true marketing of Google Ads. So with that being said, you just want to, there's 2 options here. You can either just do 3, so you can know whether or not your ad is getting clicks or not. Or you can fill them all up. If you want to be more exact, you can do 3 headlines, 3 different headlines on another ad, 3 different headlines on another ad per ad group. So then you can test around 9 different headlines. Okay? And if you need help on making good headlines for the rest of the 15, like I said, ChatGPT, just tell them the 3 things I mentioned: authority, incentive, and who we are, what we do, and how good we are. Okay. For descriptions, same thing. You can have AI make you a description and put that in there. No problem. Okay. Images, if you do have images, perfect, add them here. Make sure they're the correct size. Your business name, you can go ahead and put your business name there. Your business logo, go ahead and put your business logo here. Super easy to do that. And you can go ahead and do that as well. This is all branding, so I would go ahead and fill this up as much as you possibly can. Site links, if you want to make your landing page a little bit more girthy, this will give you more real estate on the page, which means that in short terms, your ad will just be a lot bigger versus your competitors, which means that your ad has more of a chance to get clicked on versus your competitors. And what site links are is, if you look at a sponsored ad, you'll see that they have multiple pages under them, like the contact us page, the testimonials page, the get a free quote page, the contact, right? Just different links on your landing page that you can put here that'll give you more real estate, which means more space on the page, so that you can push your competitors either up or down, and your potential customer really only sees your page. And if you don't know what real estate, just kind of think of it like this box. This box takes up a certain space on the website, right? That's real estate. So your ad will just take up more space on Google because you have site links. All right, call outs. Call outs, if you have any bonuses, any extra incentives you want to use, you can put them there. Any incentives, you can put them there. And then, yeah, that'll be it. Okay. So that's it for ad groups and ads. Remember, Google is not going to let you make multiple ad groups right now. You're going to have to make the ad and then go ahead and add the other ad groups after you make the ad. Also, it's not going to let you add any other ads either. So after you make the Google ad, go ahead and add these other ads as well, okay? All right, after that, you can go ahead and click done. It's a little slow. Okay, now it's the budget. So budget's really easy, guys. What I always recommend, especially for local service base, depending on your neighborhood, your city's cost per click, is I like to do at least, $1,500 to $3,000 to really test your Google ad and let it run for a good amount of time. So what you would do is, if you have a $1,500 budget, is you would just divide that by the day you're running ads. So you're running ads 5 days a week. Just divide that by, you divide 1,500 by 22, I believe, 22 out of 31, whatever that number is. And then that's your daily budget, okay? And then that's what you can just set your custom budget. You can do whatever they recommend. It's really up to you guys here. Obviously, the more money, the more results you'll get. Thus, the more high quality leads you'll get. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Spend money to make money. I'm sure you guys know that already. All right, then that's about it, guys. Then your campaign will be loading. It'll tell you it's ready to publish, and go ahead and click publish. And there you go. You have your ad set up and good to go. You guys have everything targeted correctly. Now, here's the important part. Is one, setting up conversion tracking, and then obviously watching the ad as it grows and making sure that you're getting the right clicks and everything like that. And if you guys want me to set up a video on how to do conversion tracking so you know what clicks are turning into customers, go to leave a comment below. I'm probably going to make that video anyways. But other than that, guys, I hope this video helped. If you guys have any questions or concerns or anything like that, leave a comment below or shoot me an email. I usually get back to my emails pretty quickly. So, and if you guys are looking for an agency to go ahead and set up your Google ads for you, if you don't have time, if you're busy, but you see the value of Google ads and you want to get some high quality online business, online jobs for your business, go ahead and shoot me an email as well, and me and my team we'll get back to you, and we'll go ahead and set up your campaign, and we'll actually run your campaign for you for free for 1 month, meaning that only thing you'll actually have to pay for is the ads itself. So yeah, guys, I'm not sure how long this offer is going to go. So if you guys or if you guys know someone who's interested in Google Ads, tell them to go ahead and shoot us an email, and then we can get started on getting you guys some more jobs. But other than that, I'm glad you guys watched the video. I'm glad you guys stayed this long. I'm glad you guys are taking action to grow your business. Until next time.